It's treason, then, Master Windu. Why did Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 come before 1, 2, and 3? Because the director, Yoda, was a filthy little green Jedi Master. And now, NOOCH will share with you mistakes to avoid as you farm Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, especially for you free-to-play players. Man, Palpatine wears on the vocal cords. Okay, mistakes to avoid. Now, I've got a few in mind. NOOCH did not make a top 5 mistakes to avoid. Okay, we put out arbitrary numbers and it looks sexier, and you guys, okay, fine. Just mistakes to avoid. I think I've got 3 in mind, and a couple of them are really, really big. But let's talk about them. The first one. I guess we'd say it's number 3 if we were saying anything. Be careful with your gear farming. Now, NOOCH has talked a lot about being in a guild that does heroic Sith raid and heroic AAT. You've got to be in a guild that's doing those raids because the gear and the currency you get from them is so valuable. It's too valuable to not get. So one mistake that you can make along the way is farming these Mark III carbantis. Like if I click on this and I click on find, it's going to take me to several places where I can buy them with crystals, or I can farm them from different nodes. Guys, don't farm these. Do not farm these. You need a gazillion of them. That is correct. You need so many of these, like 1,000 or more of them, to get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. But you need a lot of other gear as well. You need the Mark V guns or hair dryers, stun guns, hair dry. You need a bunch of the Mark V little bullet things. You need a ton of... There's just a lot of other gear you need that you're going to end up farming. But these Mark III carbantis, you get like 60 of them a week in this max, in the top level of this STR gear challenge, which you should get to probably within a month and a half of playing. You're going to be getting a lot of these. You're going to get them in the loot boxes from the Galactic Challenges. You're going to get them from Conquest boxes. You're going to get them from territory war rewards. Every time you win territory war, you get cuffs and carbantis. Every time. Cuffs are another one. You need a ton of cuffs. Don't farm these carbantis. Don't spend these nodes farming carbantis. That's a huge mistake. You're going to get enough of them along the way, especially if you're free to play and you're going to take, 9 to 12 months to get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Over that time span, you'll get plenty of these. Even though there's a lot of them, you'll get plenty of them. Please don't farm them. Don't use crystals for them. Don't use currency. Don't farm them in the shops. We'll take a look here. Don't farm them in this shop, the guild store. You don't want to buy them in here. There's none right now. In this store, you're going to be buying a lot of these because you need them. You need them now as you level up character or gear up character, and you need them later because they convert into relic pieces, relic levels. Farm these Mark IV. You just don't farm them. Don't farm them in where else would they be? Don't farm them with this guild event currency, for the love of God. With this get 2 currency, you should only be farming Negotiator or Malevolence. Probably Negotiator if you like NOOCH. With this get 1, you should be farming the guns. Now, honestly, there's no stun guns in here. Don't farm the carbantis. Don't farm them in here for sure. This currency should only go toward these Chirotechs. That's the only thing you should spend it on. And here in the shard store, don't farm them in here. You're just going to be wasting your currency you could spend on these Mark 6 Anthocam melt. You need so many of these. You need so much other stuff. The carbantis you're going to be given along the way. Don't farm them. That's the first tip. Tip number 2, and I guess we're going to go 3. This is top 3, whatever. Fine. Call it top 3. Tip number 2. NOOCH made this mistake early and made it often. For you have to farm rebels to get Palpatine. You have to have a team of rebels that can unlock Palpatine. They have to be 7 stars. NOOCH went with Farm Boy Luke, Princess Leia, Biston, Pathfinder, and Admiral Akbar. Maybe Biggs was in there. I don't know. Akbar Lee. It was a mistake, guys. It was a mistake. It seemed really cool early on, and I thought I could do CLS as a side project. But once you get deep into the farming, you cannot do CLS as a side project if you're really going to go straight for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And the primary reason is because of the Cantina farms. Pardon me. You have to farm. Where's Old Ben? Old Ben is a Cantina farm right there. You can see Nooch is only at 60. I could level him to 5 stars right now. But investing more Cantina energy in Old Ben at this point is fruitless because I've got to spend that Cantina energy. Let's just pop out of this. I have to spend that Cantina energy to farm these pieces for relic levels. So I can't spend it on Old Ben right now. If I spend 3 or 4 weeks farming Old Ben, it's going to cost me a month of farming this signal data, which I need for every single relic character, and I've got a lot of farming to do there. So for your Rebel farm, guys, don't do what Nooch did early. Just go get the Phoenix. Farm those 5 Phoenix up, and for Nooch, I recommend you're going to do Hera and Ezra as Cantina farms. You're going to get Zeb in the Galactic War Shop, I think. And you get Kanan in the Arena Shop. Farm those 4. Then the challenging ones, the next one, Chopper or Sabine. Sabine's going to be just a hard node farm, so that's going to take you a little while. Chopper is going to be in the guild store currency, which you don't know if you want to spend that on Chopper, but I actually think that's the place to go, is farm Chopper with that guild store currency. Get the Phoenix, because then you not only do you unlock Palpatine, but you can also go unlock Thrawn. And he's a really great character. Nooch was using Thrawn in Arena for a good 4 months in this game. And he's really worth it. He's worth having. So don't do that. The other reason that Nooch farmed the Rebels like Biston and Pathfinder early, because I was looking at the fleets and I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to farm CLS, I'm going to have a side project. We're going to go get the Millennium Falcon. And if you have the Millennium Falcon, that Biston ship, Biston and Rebel Pathfinder here, that their ship is so freaking valuable. If you get in there with Akbar, capital ship, Millennium Falcon, and Biggs as the tank. But it's just not going to happen, guys. You can detour. You can detour to get CLS. You can detour to get Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon, and that's great. But it's probably going to cost you 2 months on your Supreme Leader Kylo farm, because you're going to have to gear up all those bounty hunters to get Chewbacca. You're going to have to farm IG-88 ship, which is a complete side farm. It has nothing to do with maybe help you in Fleet Arena for a little bit. It's just a complete side farm. You got to get it to 7 stars to unlock Millennium Falcon. You're going to be doing a lot of side work there that you shouldn't be doing. So the Biston and Pathfinder farm was a mistake. Farming these other side rebels, Akbar, you're going to get those shards for him as you're doing the ship farms. That's fine. Just don't recommend it. You know, I probably did get an extra 400 or 500 crystals along the way by having that really nice fleet with Biston's U-wing in there. But it's also entirely possible I could have done just as well with other ships that just come naturally, because you have to farm Boba Fett. Boba Fett, but you need to farm Boba Fett up so you can have him with the Slave One. You're gonna farm Houndstooth. I probably could have made up a lot of those crystals with just a regular ship farm. Don't farm those goofy side rebels, because you're just not gonna get to that Millennium Falcon or Chewbacca or CLS unless you really want to take a month or 2 or more off of your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren farm. So don't do that. Just go the way everybody recommends. Do the Phoenix, farm the Phoenix, get Palpatine, and get Thrawn early on. That's the smart way to do it. Nooch is trying to be creative and fun with it. Just didn't work out. And now, final tip. A lot of you probably see this coming. This is where Nooch's biggest mistake has been made. The biggest mistake on getting Supreme Leader Kylo Ren free to play. It is the ships. It is farming Finalizer. Nooch will put up a tag here, hopefully, to farming the Finalizer. Guys, this is the time killer. It's not the character shards, for sure. Don't ever spend extra crystals to farm characters. There's a mistake you can make. Don't spend crystals to farm extra character shards. You will get the character shards. You will get them. It's double. They are double drops all the time. You will get those character shards. You can spend crystals to get extra gear sometimes. That's fine. But the number one place that you should be spending crystals, the number one place you should be spending crystals is on the TIE Advanced Darth Vader's node, and that's going to be ships 4B hard. That takes you a little while to get there, and that's why you got to spend the extra crystals to get there. You're gonna spend extra. What you're gonna do? Sorry, with those extra crystals, you're gonna refresh these nodes at 25 crystals each, so that you can farm these things twice a day, maybe 3 times a day if you're gonna spend 50, which is where you might be with Kylo Ren's shuttle. Holy cow, Nooch is so far behind with this thing, and there's nowhere else. You just don't get this thing given to you in the events. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to farm this thing a second time. I've already done it twice. This will be my 3rd run through Kylo Ren's shuttle today, right here, because I've got to get this farm sped up. You have to have all these ships, guys. You have to have all of these ships that Nooch has favorited right here. These 7 ships. You have to have them at 7 stars to unlock Finalizer, and then go farm those 10 Finalizer shards every 22 days or so when the event comes out. That's right, you need 65 shards of Finalizer if you're doing this free to play, and you're not going to refresh that event for, I think it's 900 crystals. I keep getting the number wrong, but I think it's 900. If you're not going to refresh that event for 900 crystals every time it comes out, it's going to take you 4 months. 4+ months. To unlock the Finalizer at 5 stars. And you can't even start that process. You can't start that 4-month process until all these ships are 7 stars. You're going to get TIE Silencer. You're going to get First Order TIE Fighter. They're pretty easy farms. Slave 1 is an early farm, pretty easy. These 4 right here will tear you up, and they'll cost you months on your farm if you're not refreshing these nodes at least once and maybe twice a day, depending on how many crystals you have available. That is the number one tip, guys. If you're farming Kylo Ren Unmasked, or you're farming Supreme Leader Kylo, you're going to have to refresh these ship nodes on these 4 ships. TIE Advanced, Darth Vader's ship, Bosk's ship Houndtooth, Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, and Cad Bane's Xanadu Blood. Refresh those nodes, or you're going to be taking forever, because you can't unlock the event till you get a 4-star Finalizer. You can't unlock the 4-star Finalizer until you have all these ships at 7 stars. And when you finally unlock it, it's going to take you 7 runs through the Finalizer unlock event to get 10 shards each time to get that thing unlocked, and that is 4 months of farming. I can't emphasize this enough. This is the number one mistake that Nooch has made. I'm trying to make up for it, but I'm probably not going to have Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, until Christmas or January 2022, because of this ship farming failure by Nooch. So there you go. There's your mistakes to avoid. Please avoid them. Get on your way to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Do it faster than Nooch, and let me know in the comments how fast you did it. And when you do that, always remember, Nooch too good.